Hi, and welcome to episode number 16 of Get Involved Pittsburgh here on PCTV 21 and 47 in the city. My name is Tom Baker. I'm your host of Get Involved Pittsburgh. We really appreciate all of our viewers, both on TV, online. There's a lot of ways to watch our episodes, and we appreciate everyone that tunes in and enjoys the program. This is episode number 16, and it's about a record-breaking year for Big Brothers Big Sisters here in Greater Pittsburgh. I'm the Chief Community Affairs Officer for the organization, previously served as the Vice President of Programs. And BBBS is actually the first thing that I got involved with when I graduated from college. I got involved as a 22-year-old, just had come out of Millersville University out in Lancaster County. I got matched up with my little brother Preston, who was 10 at the time, came up to my waist. And I'm very proud that now 11 years later, Preston is a junior at Franklin and Marshall College. Just saw his college apartment a couple weeks ago. He is doing very well at Franklin and Marshall, doing well in school, playing college soccer. Got to cheer him on this fall as he shut out the Muhlenberg Mules in his soccer games. So Preston is just doing great, and I feel very lucky and feel very fortunate to get to work for the organization that I love. A lot of core of what Get Involved is really about is finding what you're passionate about, finding about what you would do if money didn't matter. If somebody in your life hit the lottery, gave you all the money in the world, you never had to work another day in your life, what are the causes, the missions, the organizations, the things that you would fight for if money didn't matter? So I'm a big proponent of finding those kind of careers, working in the doing good sector. There's so many jobs here, especially in our region in Pittsburgh, in the nonprofit world. So we've got some great guests on our show today. Tricia Hyatt's going to be our first guest in just a minute. We have Mark Bazilla, who's a big brother with us, Stephanie Hart, who's a big sister, Eddie Barry, who's a big brother and the co-chair of our Male Recruitment Advisory Board, and also Mandy Sable, who is the director of our site-based program. So we've got 5 great guests here for episode number 16 of Get Involved Pittsburgh. Our 4th guest here on episode 16 is Eddie Barry. He's the co-chair of the Male Recruitment Advisory Board for Big Brothers Big Sisters. Also been a big brother for a number of years with your little brother Saquon. How's it going, Eddie Barry?
Going very well, thanks.
Good. We're coming right off the heels here. As we're filming this show, we just had a nice Male Recruitment Advisory Board Super Bowl party a couple days ago. So
we did.
Thanks for all your good work and helping to put that together and bring out your friends. How'd you first get involved with Big Brothers Big Sisters a couple years back?
When I first moved to Pittsburgh, I was just sort of looking for a way to meet people and get involved and become part of the community. So I volunteered. It's something I always wanted to do and never really had the right opportunity.
Yeah, great. And what about Big Brothers Big Sisters? Why did you pick BBBS to get involved with?
Well, I think in one sense, like Mark said, I also was the youngest child in my family, so I never had an opportunity to be a big brother. That was a big draw for me. And then, otherwise, I generally like working with kids. I come from a family of teachers, and I work a very corporate job, so it's a nice change of pace. I thought it would be a good fit in that sense.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about what you do in your day life when you're not being a good mentor here in the community.
Well, I'm by education and licensure an attorney, but I do mostly oil and gas related consulting work.
And your work's what brought you to Pittsburgh?
My work is what brought me here, yeah.
And what do you like about Pittsburgh? What kind of you enjoyed about it?
I like how it has a lot of the sort of big city aspects in a smaller city. You've got obviously great sports culture, entertainment out there. There's a burgeoning restaurant scene sort of coming into its own. I love the parks in Pittsburgh. I love the people here are great too. So it's all around a great place. I find. Well,
you and Saquon, your little brother, have gotten to experience a lot of this city. I'm picturing you guys have actually been the spokespeople for Big Brothers Big Sisters at a YWCA event this fall. There's actually a video, the Kenny Ross video, that you and Saquon and also JJ Richardson, oddly enough, you're co-chair, and you co-starred in a video a couple of years even before you were co-chair. So
right,
yeah, and you were bowling, I think, at that one.
We did, yeah.
What are some of the things though that you and Saquon like to do when you're not out doing public speaking together, I guess?
Yeah, I'd say what we probably spend the most time doing is just hanging out at my house. He seems to really like to be there. When we first were matched, we sort of adopted a dog together. Okay. So we take Dutch to the dog park. We play a lot of video games. He loves video games, board games, that kind of thing. Other things we've done, kind of run the gamut from Steelers games, Pirates games. He loves the Museum of Natural History, the Science Center. We've gone up to Erie, to the indoor water park. We've done Kennywood. That's cool. Pretty much anything you can do to entertain a kid, we've just about done.
That's good. Yeah, there's so much to do, and there's really no reason to ever be bored in Pittsburgh. And it's not always obviously just video games, but all the different things, the places you've explored here in the region. That's really terrific. How old's Saquon?
He is 14 today. He'll be 15 tomorrow.
Oh,
so happy
wow.
birthday, Saquon.
Happy birthday, Saquon. Yeah, absolutely. That's very cool. And he goes here to the city schools? Or?
He goes to Brashear.
Okay, great. Big high schooler. Is he hoping for college in the future? Or?
He's, yeah, actually, since I've known him, he said he wants to be a Spartan at Michigan State.
Oh, okay.
So that's,
there you go.
that's the, sort of the dream school. Hopefully we'll get him into some school.
Right.
Once he
well, the nice thing
graduates.
too, I mean, with the Pittsburgh Promise now being in existence in our city, it's just it's an amazing opportunity for the kids here. What other opportunities kind of have you and Saquon taken advantage of together, either through the agency or just other things that maybe he's experienced over your time together?
Well, so, we've done some interesting things in terms of doing like a radio interview with the Citizens Light Brigade, which was neat. Obviously, that promotional video was a lot of fun for him that we shot, the Kenny Ross video, and then sitting on the panel at the Week Against Violence was really fun for him as well. When we left that, he actually asked me if we were famous.
They were famous people. I mean, you guys were with the U.S. Attorney talking to him. That was pretty cool, actually. That was a neat night.
Absolutely.
Very good. So the efforts that you and JJ work on with the Male Recruitment Advisory Board, our number one need as an agency, besides funding that it takes to run the program, is really male role models. For maybe any men that are there watching at home, watching the TV show or watching it online, why would you encourage other men to get involved with Big Brothers Big Sisters?
Well, the obvious reason is that there's a shortage of male volunteers. I mean, so if you have any interest in doing it, obviously I strongly encourage it, because there are a lot of kids looking for mentors and through the program that are unable to find them. But the reward to yourself is an equally compelling reason to get involved. I think you learn a lot through mentoring that you don't expect to learn. A lot about yourself, a lot about others, a lot about children. So for me, that's a very compelling reason. And then, I'd say probably the opportunities just that being involved with Big Brothers and Big Sisters present to you are great, in terms of events you can go to that you otherwise would never have even known about. One of the things that Saquon and I did that is probably most memorable to him was the Christmas party with the Pirates, and also the Big for a Day with, I think it was Ian Snell.
Oh,
back in the
yeah,
day.
Ian Snell was involved back in the day.
We got to go into the back offices, see where they have batting practice, go into the dugouts, and to this day he still talks about that event. And for me, being new to Pittsburgh, that was a great event too. Just something that I likely would never have done had I not gotten involved.
Right. There's so many events, so many activities, so many opportunities, like these sporting events that you're talking about, that if you don't have kids, I don't have kids, you don't have kids yet, so if we don't have kids, you don't get to always experience these things. And the sporting events like you're talking about, Ian Snell, we did some events this last year with Joel Hanrahan and the Pirates. Mike Rethage and Dayre actually got invited to an event by Joel Hanrahan's wife, which they were very proud of, with Bowling for the Bucks. So there's a lot of kind of cool opportunities that come across throughout being involved with the program. And a lot of relationships, the business friendships that you've made through being involved with groups like the Male Recruitment Advisory Board. Where do you see kind of your relationship with Saquon going in the future? Are you staying friends forever? Maybe being in his wedding someday, vice versa? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope so. I intend on maintaining a connection with him for the rest of our lives. As long as it's feasible. I'd like to help him. I'd like to help guide his path toward college or some further education. And of course, if I get married, he'll be at my wedding.
Very good.
And vice versa, likely he'll be getting married before me at this rate, because he's kind of a ladies' man.
He is a ladies' man. Okay, very good. Speaking of a really important lady in his life, that's his mom, and I know that she's involved, and she was featured on that video with you guys as well. I think a concern for male role models, potential male role models, might be that working with a parent that you don't know. What's the process been like for you working with Saquon's mom?
It's actually been really an easy, smooth process. She's obviously a tremendous mother. She's got younger children at home, and she gives all of her kids equal attention. And she sort of welcomed me in from the get-go and made me feel very comfortable in their home. Her younger daughter, Saquon's sister Tion, and now they have a 4-year-old, Montrell. They treat me like I'm their big brother. Run up to me, hug me, are always excited to see me. So it's been a great experience just getting to know their family generally, and his mom's been very welcoming, and vice versa with my family. We sort of both adopted each other's families, and now we've got double the family
More
that
friends,
we had
more
before
fun.
we
yeah,
were matched.
yeah, right.
So
More friends, food, and fun, right? That's
exactly.
very good.
One day
yeah.
we will take a trip down to the homeland, to Louisiana. That's something Saquon has really got to do. We've got
Maybe he'll end up going to LSU or something. I don't know.
maybe,
Who
yeah.
knows?
But we've gotten so many different, LSU, Louisiana T-shirts, hats.
Yeah,
So
that's
he's
cool.
determined to make the trip at some point.
That's very cool. Well, Eddie Barry, you're a great big brother. Thanks for all that you do with the MRAB and with the program with BBBS. Congrats, you were an MRAB Member of the Year, I believe, in 2011. You were the first one, so congratulations on that. That was Eddie Barry, our fourth guest here on episode number 16 of Get Involved Pittsburgh. Again, I'm Tom Baker. I'm really proud to host this Jefferson Award-winning television show. It's always great to bring on great guests, just people that are really making a difference in our community. I want to thank my guests from episode number 5, Eddie Barry, Stephanie Hart, Mark Bazilla. We just had a great time. Andy Sable was here as well, and Trisha Hyatt. It was a great, terrific cast of people that really are making a difference in Pittsburgh. Our phrase in our slogan with Big Brothers, Big Sisters is start something. And there's so many ways for you watching at home or online to start something with Big Brothers, Big Sisters. That can be as a volunteer. That can be getting a Bowl for Kids' Sake team. That can be being an advocate for us and getting the word out. There's a lot of ways to help. Any parents that are watching at home too, I would encourage you, if you have 6 to 13-year-olds that you think would be a good fit for the program or just interested in learning more about Big Brothers, Big Sisters, give our office a call. 412-363-6100 is our number. Our website is just www.bbbspgh.org. Again, it's bbbspgh.org. If you want to start something with Big Brothers, Big Sisters in all the variety of ways that our guests today have talked about, please definitely feel free to give us a call. Follow us on Twitter, bbbspgh.org. Same with Facebook. Please feel free to keep in touch with us. There's always a way, though, to start something with Big Brothers, Big Sisters. We're really proud to be the National Agency of the Year. 2012 was a great year. It was a record-setting year. 1,222 children that were served through our program, through the great work that Mandy does with her site-based team, through the volunteer work that Eddie, Trisha, Steph, and Mark do as volunteers with our program. That's really what it's all about. I feel very lucky to get to work for the organization that I care about so much. We've been around here for 47 years, coming up on 48 years in the community in Pittsburgh, and I feel really lucky that for now 11 plus years on a personal level I've been involved with Big Brothers, Big Sisters. It's just a great organization. So check out the website, bbbspgh.org. Figure out how you can get involved with Big Brothers, Big Sisters and start something in 2013. Thanks again for tuning in to Get Involved Pittsburgh, episode number 16. Our website for Get Involved is getinvolvedinc.org. Always a lot of great events going on with our organization, and we'll hope to see you next time on Get Involved Pittsburgh.